On November 12, 1974, a mysterious man named Victor Cross boarded a commercial flight bound for Portland. He was well-dressed, and gave no one any reason to suspect anything unusual. But once the plane reached cruising altitude, Cross suddenly called a flight attendant over. With a quiet yet firm tone, he handed her a note and softly said, "I have a bomb in my briefcase." Inside his black case, Cross opened it just enough for her to see what looked like wires and explosives. He wasn't frantic or loud. Instead, he spoke with an eerie calmness, as if everything had been planned far in advance. His demands were simple and precise: $500,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. No more, no less. When the plane landed in Portland, to fulfill his demands, Cross allowed all 42 passengers to leave safely. He harmed no one. In exchange, he received the money and parachutes exactly as requested. Then he instructed the crew to continue flying to Salt Lake City, Utah, ordering the entire flight crew to stay inside the cockpit and lock the door. From that moment on, no one ever saw Victor Cross again. No one knew what he was doing behind the closed door. And this was only the beginning of what would become one of the most baffling mysteries in FBI history. As the Boeing 727 departed Portland into the night sky, silence filled the cabin. The crew followed Cross's orders exactly. They withdrew into the cockpit, locked the door, and left the entire back section of the aircraft to him. No one knew what he was planning, and no one dared step outside to find out. From that moment, Cross completely vanished from human sight. The plane pushed through the thick darkness toward Salt Lake City, Utah, following Cross's instructions. But when it finally landed and the crew stepped out, they immediately realized something was wrong. Cross was no longer on board. His briefcase, the one containing the bomb, was gone as well. And most importantly, the rear staircase was fully deployed. Clear evidence that someone had opened it mid-flight. Somewhere between Portland and Salt Lake City, Victor Cross had leaped into the night, carrying $500,000 and a parachute. No one saw him jump. No one heard a sound. Only the wind and the black sky remained. The investigation stretched on for decades, with countless suspects examined. But none were ever proven to be VX Cross. No body, no trace, no answer. In the end, the case became one of the greatest mysteries in FBI history, defying every attempt to uncover the truth. After Victor Cross disappeared into the night, the incident instantly turned into one of the largest manhunts the FBI had ever launched. Hundreds of agents were deployed. The flight path was analyzed kilometer by kilometer, and the suspected drop zone was searched for months. Yet the outcome was unbelievable. Not a single trace of Cross was ever found. No parachute, no money, no body. In the years that followed, the FBI received thousands of tips. Mysterious men with military backgrounds, barroom braggarts, and even relatives claiming their own family members were VX Cross all came under scrutiny. But none of them were ever confirmed as the real suspect. Evidence was always lacking, or their fingerprints and records failed to match. Some theories argue that Cross died during the jump itself. The cold night, strong winds, and primitive equipment created impossible odds for survival. Yet others insist he was a trained jumper, a former soldier or pilot who had planned everything perfectly and vanished to live a new life somewhere no one would ever find him. The mystery deepened further in 1985, when a young boy found a portion of the ransom money buried along the Snake River. It was the only physical clue in decades, but it led nowhere. Finally, after nearly 50 years of investigation, the FBI officially closed the case, admitting that the fate of VX Cross may never be solved. And it was this flawless disappearance that turned him into a legend, ghost drifting across America's night sky. The VX Cross case became far more than a criminal investigation. It evolved into a cultural phenomenon that fascinated Americans and the world for decades. Investigators and experts proposed countless theories about his fate. Some believed he died instantly during the jump due to harsh weather and total darkness. Others argued Cross was a skilled skydiver and experienced pilot, someone who had calculated every detail to disappear without leaving a trace and start a new life under a new identity. The FBI examined numerous suspects over the years: men with military backgrounds, former aviation workers, and individuals with suspicious behavior. But none were ever confirmed as the real Victor Cross. Every lead collapsed. Fingerprints, files, and even the money discovered along the Snake River in 1985 only deepened the mystery instead of solving it. The case left a significant mark on popular culture. VX Cross became an icon of daring intelligence and perfect escape. Books, documentaries, songs, and even video games were inspired by his story. His mystery ignited endless imagination, leaving people to wonder, can someone truly escape flawlessly? The VX Cross case closed without answers, becoming one of the most famous mysteries in FBI history. After more than 5 decades of investigation, hundreds of suspects examined and thousands of leads explored, not a single person was ever proven to be Cross. No body was recovered, no evidence surfaced, and even the money found years later provided no definitive conclusion. His perfect disappearance left investigators, criminologists, and the public astonished at his meticulous planning and extraordinary boldness. Theories surrounding his fate remain hotly debated. Some say he died during the dangerous nighttime jump over the cold river. Others believe Cross was a trained soldier or professional pilot, who planned every detail so precisely that he escaped the law entirely and began a new life in total anonymity. The mystery only grew as the case inspired books, documentaries, and television programs, cementing Cross as a cultural symbol of intelligence, courage, and remarkable evasion. Even though the FBI officially closed the case in 2021, the story of VX Cross continues to provoke curiosity and speculation. It was not merely a hijacking, it was proof of brilliant planning, exceptional intellect, and breathtaking audacity. Cross became an immortal legend, a symbol of unsolved mysteries, and an unforgettable part of American criminal history. His secret lives on, challenging every effort to uncover the truth.